Hi guys, welcome back to SAADI's YouTube channel. Today you have got me, Anna.
And me, Charlie. Hey.
We are going to be showing you one of our masterclasses for a forward roll. So we're going to show you how to do a forward roll, what one looks like, and how to put all of the stages together so that hopefully you can do one at home. Now there's two things that are really important before we get started. The first thing is that the environment you are working in is nice and safe, so you've got loads of room around you. Ideally a soft floor if you've got it, or if you've got panel mats at home, those would be brilliant to use. And the second thing is just making sure you've done a little bit of a warm up and a stretch, just so that you don't pull any muscles or hurt yourself for tomorrow. Okay, so before we break it down and show you all the progressions, we're going to show you what a forward roll looks like. So if we take a little look at Charlie, he'll show us a beautiful forward roll. So nice stretch, all the way over and down. Brilliant. So the first movement in a forward roll is a stretch and a tuck. So the first thing you need to practice at home is your stretch and tuck. So if you take a look at Charlie, he's doing a nice big stretch up to the ceiling, got his tummy tucked in his bottom, so it's a nice straight line all the way down. From there, he's just going to tuck all the way down to the floor, so he's going to bend his legs, put his hands on the floor in front of him. We want nice strong hands for when we're getting ready to go all the way over. So practice that a few times, and when you're used to it and you're happy, we can move on to the next progression. Okay, so now we've got the shaping of the stretch and the tuck taking us into the forward roll. We want to practice what happens as you're going over. So, if you take a look at Charlie, he's going to show you from our tuck shape, you're going to try and lift your bottom all the way above your head, try and get nice straight legs, and then you can come back down if that's hurting. So that is just getting you used to leaning forwards when you eventually go all the way over. So to add on to this, we want to know that you can take your weight on your hands safely. So we're going to do something called a bunny hop, but Charlie's going to do his with straight legs. So you're going to do your bend, and then you're going to do a little jump, and then go back down to the floor. Now we're not looking for feet all the way up to the ceiling, you just want a nice controlled jump up and down. Perfect, so practice that a few times, make sure you've got that control in your hands, and then we'll see you in the next step. Okay, so now what we would like to do is try and develop you guys going all the way over in your forward roll. So, Charlie's going to show you what we're doing first, and then we'll break it down a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so as you saw, he did his stretch and his tuck that we practiced earlier, and then he did our push with the bottom all the way over the top, but he didn't stop at the top, he let it go all the way over, and then he just sat down in a pike shape. So if we watch him again, we go bottom all the way up, slowly go over, and then you just need to sit down at the end. So if you can practice this a few times at home, maybe with an adult to help you and make sure that you're doing it right, we can move on to trying to stand up after your forward roll. For this next bit, I need you to grab something from your house. So we've got a bean bag. I want you to try and be creative, see what you can use at home. You could use a rolled up pair of socks, you could use a small teddy. See what you've got. This is just going to help you with your shaping for your forward roll. So the first thing we're going to do for this shape as you go over the top is we're going to sit in a tuck shape, and you're going to put your bean bag or your sock or whatever you've got at home, you're going to put it sort of by your belly button, and you're going to tuck and hide it away. So you can't see Charlie's bean bag anymore, he's got it all the way hidden away. From there, you're going to try and roll onto your back, keeping your tuck shape, and then sit back up. So you're going to try and go backwards and forwards as many times as you can, keeping that beanbag nice and hidden. As long as your beanbag is hidden, then we know you're in a tuck shape, and when we can't see it, it's perfect for your forward roll. From here, if you are ready for a challenge, we'd like you to try and stand up at the end. So you're going to do your rock backwards, then you're going to rock forwards and try and stand up. Now the beanbag will probably fall, that's fine, that's not a problem. That doesn't matter. What we are focusing on is getting you onto your feet, if you can, without using your hands. So you rock back and then try and get those arms in the air. There we go. Don't worry about the beanbag, it's not a problem. So you've made it to the end. You are ready to do your full forward roll. You saw Charlie do it at the beginning. We'll have another watch of him now. We're going to connect all of those things together. Perfect. So if we backtrack, we saw his nice stretch up, tuck down to the floor, bottom over your head, roll, and then a nice reach up with his arms. He did not use his hands to help him stand up. So if you watch again, I'll comment as you go. So stretch, tuck all the way down, bottom over your head, tuck your legs, and stand up. Perfect. Okay, so now you've got the hang of your forward roll, we're going to tell you some of the common issues that we see in the gym from everyone in all their forward rolls and how you can improve them. So the first thing, it's the biggest thing we see all the time, is feet apart. Okay, so there's a few reasons we don't like this. A, it doesn't look very nice. B, it can it starts to like hurt your knees. It's not a very strong position. But also at competition, it's going to lose you lots of marks. Judges do not like it, they will take marks off. So, to fix this, as we practiced earlier with our beanbag or your socks, whatever you're using, you can just pop this between your knees. If it's not staying between your knees, you can go between your thighs or between your feet. See which works best for you. And you want to do all of those preps again with the beanbag between your knees, feet or thighs. If you can, try the full forwards roll the whole way through without dropping the beanbag at any point. Maybe Charlie could demonstrate that for us. So between the knees. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so the next big issue that we see, and this one is one that will hurt yourself if you aren't quite doing it correctly, is as you go over to do your forwards roll, you sort of splat on the floor instead of rolling and standing up. So Charlie's going to show you what that looks like, so you know.
We've got a soft floor here, so
don't try and do this. So the first thing you'll have noticed is it was very loud and you could hear it. So a little bit of noise when you roll is obviously completely fine. But what happened, as Charlie went over to do his roll, he didn't stay in his tuck shape. He didn't have a nice rounded back.
We want to be here, round.
Instead, he'd opened out and he was in a straight shape. Now straight shapes do not roll, they stop. And that is what that noise was, that is what will cause your pain. So if this is happening to you, you are getting stuck on your back, it's a bit noisy or it's starting to hurt, go back to the rock and roll and just really practice that tuck shape. I'm going to show you. Go back to this and make sure you've got this down 100% before you go back to your forwards roll. Because this is the key to keeping a nice rounded back and to not hurt yourself.
Right, awesome. So thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully you've learned a lot about your forward rolls and how to improve them. Keep up the good work over the next couple of weeks.
And make sure you send us your videos. We'd love to see your forward rolls at home, as long as